In a small town in Georgia, just off the highway, stood an old diner that had seen better days. It wasn't fancy. The lights flickered, the wallpaper peeled at the corners, and the coffee wasn't anything to brag about. But for some, it was a place of comfort, a second home. Katie, a 23-year-old waitress, worked the night shift there. She wasn't chasing dreams or trying to save up for a vacation. She was just trying to survive. Her mother was sick. Her little brother was still in school. And Katie, she was the only one holding the family together. She barely made enough to cover the rent. But she came to work every night, wore the same tired smile, and never let anyone see the weight she carried. One cold and rainy night, near closing time, a stranger walked in. He was soaked to the bone, wearing an old, worn-out coat, and looked like he hadn't had a warm meal in days. Katie approached him with her usual warmth and asked, "Rough night?" He gave her a tired nod and ordered a small soup and a coffee. But instead of just that, Katie brought him a full meal, a burger, fries, soup, and coffee, and placed it gently in front of him. The man looked surprised. "I didn't order all this," he said softly. Katie smiled and replied, "It's on me. Just eat, please." For a moment, he just stared at her, unsure. Then, quietly, he began to eat, slowly, like he hadn't felt warm food in weeks. After finishing, the man stood up and reached for his wallet, but Katie stopped him. "I told you, it's free. Take care of yourself, okay?" He looked at her, eyes filled with something between disbelief and gratitude, but said nothing. No name, no thank you, just a nod, and he walked out into the rain. Katie never expected to see him again. She didn't even think much of it, just another quiet act of kindness in a world that often forgot how to be kind. 3 days later, a sleek black car pulled up outside the diner. A sharply dressed man stepped inside and asked for Katie. Confused, she walked over, and he handed her a sealed envelope. "This is for you," he said. Inside was a check for $50,000. Katie's hands trembled. "What is this?" she asked, barely able to speak. The man smiled and said, "The man you fed 3 nights ago, that was Mr. Howard. He's the CEO of a major foundation. He travels from town to town without telling anyone who he is, looking for genuine acts of kindness. You didn't just feed a hungry man. You reminded him that good people still exist. And now, he wants to change your life, just as you changed his." Tears filled Katie's eyes. She had no idea that such a simple gesture could ripple so far. With the money, she paid off her mother's medical bills and helped her brother get into college. She even started taking night classes herself. And though she still worked at the diner, her smile was different now. Lighter, brighter, full of hope. Because in that one quiet moment, when no one was watching, Katie chose kindness, and it came back to her in the most unexpected, beautiful way. Sometimes all it takes is one small act to change a life forever.